The concept of twin flames is everywhere these days. It's romantic and alluring. Finding that one person who completes you, your other half. Sounds like a dream, right? But what if this dream turns into a nightmare? What happens when the search for your twin flame leads you down a path of pain and toxicity? The truth is, not all twin flame relationships are healthy. Sometimes we confuse intense connections with something special, when in reality, they're not. We get caught up in the idea of destiny and ignore the red flags waving right in front of us. It's important to remember that we are all capable of growth and change, but we can't change others. We can only change ourselves. The first step to releasing a toxic twin flame journey is recognizing that it's okay to let go. You deserve a love that lifts you up, not one that drags you down. I have a different perspective on the twin flame bond. I don't believe that twin flames are the same soul or your other half. Instead, the connection is often rooted in vows, particularly those related to sexuality from past lives, and curses tied to those vows. This is why twin flames tend to mirror each other and share such a strong sexual bond. I believe that by releasing these vows and forgiving the curses at the end of their karmic cycle, they can free themselves from the bond and move forward. Right now, I'm working on something big: how to permanently release the twin flame journey. Most people say it's impossible, but I believe it's not. Do you know why? Because nothing in the universe lasts forever. Everything must come to an end eventually. My twin flame and I both have married partners, and we have very different views on the twin flame connection. We live in different countries, and we've had no contact for 17 years. Something that complicates our connection even more is that he has a huge ego and shows a lot of narcissistic traits. But despite the distance and lack of communication, we still feel each other's emotions, and yes, we can even communicate telepathically. Recently, after all these years, he finally recognized me as his twin flame. But instead of this recognition bringing peace, it boosted his ego and made him even more possessive. He's become fixated on the idea that twin flames are the same soul, belong to each other, and share an eternal bond. Unfortunately, these beliefs have only inflated his narcissism. He even went so far as to plan on winning me over from my husband, trying to seduce me because he believes that I somehow belong to him. In his mind, my husband has taken something that is rightfully his. It's like his ego sees this as a competition, a challenge, because he doesn't like seeing me happy in my marriage while he's not. He wants me to be stuck, obsessed with him, and miserable without him. To him, seeing me content in my life feels like defeat, like he's lost control over me. But thankfully, I'm able to pick up on his energy and communicate with him telepathically. And I've been telling him that this is not true love. True love comes from the heart, not the ego. It flows naturally, without manipulation, without control, and without force. In true love, there's no winning or losing, because when you aim to defeat someone you love, it just feels wrong. I've also been telling him that I'm releasing the vows from our past lives, forgiving any karmic curses between us, and I hope that he can do the same for me. After sending him this message telepathically, I can sense that he's now going through what's known as a dark night of the soul. He's starting his spiritual awakening, and it's going to be a rough process for him, but necessary. As for us, I believe that our 17-year karmic cycle will come to an end on November 19th, 2024. Since I've communicated telepathically with my twin flame, letting him know that I'm releasing our past life vows and forgiving the associated curses, I believe that after this day, there will be an energetic shift. I have a plan to do an energy check with a tarot reader I trust to see whether this twin flame bond is truly over or not, and I'll definitely keep you all updated on what happens next. Thanks so much for listening. I appreciate all of your support on this journey, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.